For the people who don't know me, my name is Graham Sims, also known aka as the fabulous Nana Miss Curry. I am a Gadigal elder, community member, born here in Gadigal country at Crown Street Women's Hospital a very long time ago. And then grew up, I got strong connections to Bidjigal country, which is La Perouse. So I have family ties there. And I grew up on the south coast of New South Wales, a place called Nowra, and I have strong connections down there. Grew up in Nowra for 27 years of my life, and I pretty much got into my first same-sex relationship in 1996, and I moved to Sydney back home to further my career. And then, you know, being in that same-sex relationship, I ventured out and I saw a couple of people and saw a bit of lights and disco and some stage, and I was inspired by seeing a few people on stage at the Imperial back in 1900 and something, and it really inspired me to, I feel that I had something hidden within myself that I wanted to excel and experience. And by me venturing back to these nightclubs in the inner city, in a west area, that's where I wanted to do and be what they were on stage. Besides performing remote communities, regional communities, I was involved with a show production called the King and Queen Country Gala Show, where we had a Elvis impersonator, a Tom Jones impersonator, a queen. So I was the actual drag queen in this show. So it was the King and Queen Country Gala Show. And then we had, you know, I recall going back to a place called Moree, and I remember there was two elderly Aboriginal people, a lovely elderly couple that were sitting in the audience and really shy. And a part of Nana Miss Curry's performance, she loves her country. She was brought up on country and western, you know, the likes of Tammy Wynette, just to name one, you know, and Loretta Lynn. I was doing Paper Roses, satin sheets, but I was doing Paper Roses. Every country town that I went to when I was performing with this production, I would make sure that I was able to get some roses at a, you know, they were country towns, so the only place you'd probably get them would be at a garage, you know, petrol station, if I was lucky. If not, I had my old plastic ones that will back up. Anyway, the thing that really stood out for me this one time was an elderly couple, Aboriginal elders that were in their 80s, that were really shy. Nana Miss Curry went up and was doing her thing, and they really, really touched my heart, because here they are, an elderly Aboriginal couple coming to see a production, but more so to see an Aboriginal drag queen. And that to me was around acceptance. So I speak highly of those elderly people. They'll probably be gone now, because that would be well over, you know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So that would be one highlight and something that's really stuck with me, resonately. However, my career's led me to perform internationally. So from the bush to international stages. You know, I performed in Newry in Northern Ireland in 2019 for Sydney World Pride. You know, I hit the deck there, I felt the cobbles, took a bit of skin off. But then Nana just bounces back up, as she does. And then a few weeks after that, I was back in Athens for the AGM, where I performed, did the Acropolis. That did me. And, you know, these are highlights that will stick with me, Graham, and also Nana Miss Curry until the day that we both die. Hope for queer community, I think for me, it's around acceptance. There was not a lot of acceptance growing up. Like, today is, I think, Monday. In another 4 days, I turn 53. And My thing is, it's about us being accepted within the queer community. When you're talking about drag queen, I will say it as it is, but with respect. It's that I've done shows, I've had people walk up to me and say, you're glamorous, you're gorgeous, you're this, that and the other. And then I'll go and take the makeup off after I've done the show, and I'll come back out to the bar and stuff like that, and those same people will walk past me. So I think there's a long way to go with regard to acceptance within the queer community. I do find that Sydney's a little bit more stronger than others. However, by us not putting ourselves out there, visibility is the communication key for me, and around acceptance. It was a lot harder for me, being 53, been doing drag for coming up to 24 years, where I never had a drag mother. I never had where there was a lot more support and so forth like that. A lot of drag too was behind closed doors back in my day. So a lot of it wasn't visible. However, things are slowly changing. I love my queer community. However, it's about acceptance and people to be able to get on in queer spaces to accept and respect one another so we can walk this journey together. Look, I love my queer community. They are my family, as I am them. When you're talking about being together, supporting one another and being there, regardless of a person's colour. It's about we're all under the one rainbow, and that is the queer rainbow.